이 시리즈는 한국에 거주하는 우리 외국인 친구들의 한국 스토리를 소개합니다.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, buddy.
I'm so excited actually today to ask you some questions about your story because I know that you've been on an interesting journey with.
I've had a roller coaster. It's been a bumpy roller coaster. It's been a good roller coaster. I would Everland, that kind of like wooden old school roller coaster if you ever today in Korea. That sort of roller coaster is how my life has been with Korea. It's been good.
Tell me about you. You're living in Korea now, right?
Yeah. So I live in Korea now with my wife. She is Korean, she's good. And we have a little girl together. So we've always had this thing of like talk conversation, oh, should we go to Korea? And literally we've said it every year since we've been together. Oh, how about we just go live in Korea? We've never been like, let's just do it, let's just go. And in the end, I went upstairs into my room and I just brought the plane tickets. I just didn't say a thing to my wife. didn't say to her at all.
Oh my days.
Brought one-way tickets. I come downstairs and I was like, we're going to Korea. And she was like, what do you mean? We haven't talked about it. I was like, yeah, we're going. What do you mean we're going? Like, right? We're just going to fly across the world.
And so here you are.
This is it. This is life now.
This is your life. For me, it's interesting you tell me that story of how you've ended up living here.
Yeah.
But it's not too dissimilar from how you first came to Korea. It literally sounds like exactly the same story, but
you know.
With a lot more on your shoulders.
So the thing is, Korea isn't new to me. When I was in England at 16, I used to hang around with a lot of Nepalese students. And literally, all they ever talked about was Korea.
Right.
Like it's an amazing thing. I went online, I looked about Korea. And then I learned the alphabet. I'm like, that's where to start. It's always a good place to start. I'll learn the alphabet. So I sat in my room for an entire day, just literally writing over and over again, like ga, na, da, la, ma, ba, sa, over and over and over again. And I was like, this is sick. But I can make letters.
You can make sounds.
yeah, basically. And literally, I could just repeat the alphabet in like different vowels. Like that was it. Like.
So you didn't know any words at that point?
No. I probably knew like hello, annyeong, like really like disrespectful, yeah. like from there, I went downstairs and I told my mum. I went to my mum. I go, Mum, I'm going to Korea. And my mum just laughed at me, like, whatever, like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, just shut up. Like, what are you talking about? She was like, yeah, sure. And I was determined. Like, literally, I was so determined for it. I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my bank account and it was like negative 60. And I was like, so basically, I got a bike. I then go around the entire neighborhood. Just my neighborhood was like 500 houses or whatever, knock on everyone's door. Asked them, hey, I'm doing a sponsored bike ride to go to South Korea. I was like, can you give me £1? And I raised enough money, what was just over enough to get a flight ticket. So 800 quid.
Amazing.
I come home and I brought my flight ticket. I had no passport. I had no accommodation, but I got a flight. And I was like, look, worst case scenario, I'm gonna get deported. That's
a pretty bad case.
I mean, at 16 years old, that's not bad.
What's the worst?
I'm not going to die. I'm not going to be gone to prison. The worst case scenario is they're like, you've stayed here too long, please leave. And they will give me a flight back to the UK. I've only got a one-way ticket. Couldn't afford a return ticket. And it didn't hit me. Like, I was just excited. I was so happy to be going. I was so excited to be going. I just couldn't believe it. Get off the plane, and then I realised that I've really got nowhere to live. And I just don't know where to go. I just don't know what to do.
Gosh.
And I remember getting the subway to Seoul. Literally, I just got off a tube. I looked around, and there was like hotels, right? But I didn't realise there were ghost hotels, right? Okay. Like at the time, it was just hotel, right? And I was like, I'll go to a hotel. That's got to be pretty cheap. So I get into this place, and literally, it's a bed. And then at the end of the bed, there's just a shower and a toilet. I was like, that's great, got my own place, sorted. I'm just gonna stay here. and see what happens.
So you arrived and you've got £200. You've jumped into a gorge hotel. Your £200 is probably not going to last you that long.
No.
So what was the? How long did you stay in Korea for that journey? And what happened? What did you do while you were here?
I was here, and the original thing is you can only be here for 3 months. I'm like, cool, I've got 3 months to find out what I want to do before I'm going to get deported. So I was like, okay, how can I make money here? So I went to a coffee shop. I get a little sign, a little piece of paper, and I write on it 3 English lessons.
Wow.
And I just fold it, stick it in front of the table, and I just leave it there. I just sit there all day, like from morning till night. And people would come up to me, and they would have a conversation with me. And then after about a month of doing that, I was like, would you be happy to pay me? And they were like, yes. But even though I was earning money now, my visa, like, it would come to an end, right? Well, how do I stay here? And there wasn't a lot of options as a 16-year-old. And one of them was being a student. So I was like, I've got to do this. And I went to school to go study Korean while living in this gorge hotel and teaching English at the same time. And I loved every minute of it.
I'm also interested, like, are there any stories of like any moments or of intense culture shock that you might have faced?
Yeah. I don't know how in detail I can go with this. So the first one, it was White Day. I was on the way home and there was this girl who kept looking at me. She was probably a similar age.
Okay.
Right? I was like, okay, cool. I had a girlfriend at that time. And she kept looking at me and then like she comes and sat next to me. And then she got out her phone and she was like, I'm translating some words and trying to talk to me. And I was having a little conversation through like some translation app. No idea what was going on. So how are you? What's going on? Next minute I know, right, I get off the station, she's got off too. Right. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Right, and she's like, wait. She pops on Dunkin' Donuts. She comes back with a box of chocolates in a big heart shape. And she gives it to me. And then she's like, 내일 봐. Never saw her again.
3 words to define life.
I think kindness, patience, and I feel like family is the most important things to me about life. Kindness, to be able to respect, give someone else the benefit of the doubt. Patience, to be able to endure, to be able to understand. And I think family is because regardless if we're related, you're not my blood brother, but we're brothers in Christ. And I feel like faith brings us together, and family, we are family. One way or not, we are. And I think if we respect everyone in that same way, then we can all live in a better life, better environment, better world.
So if you had to explain Korea to someone who's never been in one sentence, what would you say?
I would say that Korea is the essence of happiness. That's what it means to me.
Yeah.
Since 16, I've been here for 2 years, and then every year I come back for at least a month every single year, and now I live here again.
Wow. That's amazing, man.
Yeah. That's it, man.
누가 요리를 이렇게 열정적으로 또 이렇게 재밌게 하시는 거 처음 봤어요.
아, 너무 감사합니다. 이렇게 또 손님 와가지고 방송에서 이렇게 해보는 게 솔직히 처음이라서
아, 진짜요?
조금 떨리긴 했지만.
아, 진짜요?
네.
You're my faithful friend when I feel like I'm on my own. But you remind my heart it's darkest right before the dawn.